Blackstone, the universe's most precious resource, has brought the galaxy's most powerful players to the Nephilim sector. 3 alliances have formed. The Seekers, fighting to gain control of the Nephilim sector for the Emperor. The Protectors, their experiments already underway, want to keep the Blackstone for themselves. The Interlopers, creating chaos and mischief for selfish gains. Battles have erupted all over the planet as these formidable forces vie for the control of key resources that will augment their chances at success. As the war progresses, we will see the heroes rise, and some fall. This is the Nephilim sector. This is Crusade! Welcome to episode 1 of Bleon's exclusive narrative series, an 18-part linked campaign using Games Workshop's Crusade system. While we are releasing Game 1 here on YouTube, the remaining series is an exclusive series for our YouTube and Patreon membership. Consider supporting great 40K content by joining and getting access to this series and all of our past catalog. 4 episodes are now up, with future episodes being released every 2 weeks. Join Tak, Nick, Michael, Mubin, JT, and myself playing through the Pariah Nexus Crusade book. Which team will ultimately control the Nephilim sector? Only through battle will we find out. To war! Key sectors on Zydos have been identified, and the first conflicts have erupted. As casualties mount, an overcrowded Imperium sanatorium is targeted by the Necrons so they can gather more samples for their experiments. All other Imperium forces have been destroyed, and the only ones to stand in the way of the Necron march is the Adeptus Custodes.
Defending objectives.
Control of the sanatorium is the only way for forces to heal battle scars, so it is a key resource both generals desperately want.
This was a school.
Yeah, that you destroyed. Look at this.
Yeah, those children really didn't deserve what they got.
Yeah, we can't stand for this. We have to wipe you off.
That was the hospital.
There's the hospital. Sorry, this is the hospital.
It's true, we did start fighting over the hospital.
Children's hospital.
Oh, no. Michael, why?
And remember, Nick is in an alliance with me.
I thought he was your servant.
He's my servant. Yeah, that's what I said.
The mission today is Geists in the Static from the Pariah Nexus Crusade book. Every command phase, players will score as follows: 5 victory points for holding an objective, 5 victory points for holding more objectives than their opponent. The attacker scores 5 if they control 1 or more objective markers that were controlled by their opponent at the start of that battle round. The defender scores 5 if they control 1 or more objective markers that they controlled at the end of the previous battle round. Whoever wins the battle gains points for their team, as well as additional requisition points, and 3 Blackstone fragments, which can be used by the team to help them win the campaign.
The forces of my Necrons and Illuminor Xeris have been chased into the city of Vindax 3.
The Custodes have shown up on this planet. They've heard some disturbances. They've heard some emergency broadcasts of these mechanical Xenos invading the city. And we're here to root it out, find out what's happening, and potentially put an end to this Xenos threat.
Mubin's forces are the Custodes, the Talons of the Emperor, a Blade Champion and Custodian Guard, Allurist Terminators, the Calidus with Accelerator Cannon, and 2 Dreadnoughts. This is a heavy-duty Custodian force that brings a massive punch. Illuminator Xeris is at the head of the Necron forces. A large unit of Wraiths led by a Technomancer and the Immortals led by an Overlord dominate this Cantopic force.
Finally, to join my forces, I have spent 1 of my requisition points in the pregame, and I have added Watson. Illustrious Watson has joined the army, everybody. Everybody can rejoice now.
Crusade missions all start with a bit of rock, paper, scissors game to see who is going first. Players choose one of 3 footings. Depending on how it matches up with the opponent, you will find yourself going first, second, or possibly even gaining an advantage for the game.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Boom.
There's the card flip. Mubin choosing aggressive. Michael, defensive. Mubin will go first this game. But Michael gains the mission advantage. He will choose a unit to infiltrate, but not on an objective. In this case, his Wraiths.
Looking across at Mubin's list, he has a ton of armor, and I was a little nervous going into that because I don't, as my Crusade list has started off, don't have a lot to crack that. Hopefully Watson will show up big today as well. I have brought a Luminor Xeris, which does allow me access to additional AP on my infantry weapons. Now sneaky, by attaching the Technomancer to my unit of Wraiths, they actually are infantry, believe it or not. They gain the infantry keyword because of the Technomancer. So I'm hoping to use those 2 techs to try and whittle down those Custodians' armor and make Mubin make as many 4-up saves as he dares.
So normally we do roll off, however the mission specifically states that the attacker gets to go first. Good luck, sir.
Good luck. And may the screams of the children be drowned out by the screams of the Custodes.
Crusade battles often don't have secondary points. However, they do have narrative-driven agendas that the players choose and try to accomplish. They choose 2 each, and if completed, can offer extra experience for units, more resources, or other cool bonuses for their team.
Because I added a shield captain during the planning session that we did in the previous episode, I now am able to take on endeavors. So Custodians get to start an endeavor, and they get 3 tasks to complete, and they must be completed in order. The first one just so happens to be Annihilation.
Okay, and what would Annihilation mean, Mubin?
Destroy everything.
Oh, like everything? Like you have to kill everything?
I either have to table you or bring everything to below half strength.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
It is a bold move.
See how that pans out against Necrons.
I decided to double down on it by picking the agenda Judgment Delivered.
Okay.
Which is, again, just table you.
Table me? Oh.
And then, because,
really aggressive.
We're really good at doing everything.
Yeah.
We went for Pursuit of Excellence, which means, hold objectives, kill units, do it all.
Do it all. Do it all.
Show how it's done.
Do it as Superman would do it good. My agenda today is going to be to reestablish communications. Hidden underneath this ruin of an Imperial city is an old Necron tier communications relay, which Michaelius the Timeless is looking to use to reestablish communication with the Tomb World slumbering underneath the planet. So which one's it gonna be? Oh,
you gotta come here. Come get some.
That sounds like a plan. If I hold it at the end of the game with my Warlord and his unit, they get a bunch of XP and I get some Blackstone fragments. And then my second one is going to be that I'm going to start powering up my Tomb World's reanimation matrix.
Immortal Servitude.
If I get 12 wounds reanimated, I get to level up my reanimation matrix with my Tomb World, which will give me additional benefits to my reanimation, which everybody loves reanimation, right? I'm really looking forward to Mubin. By the end, when this thing levels up to its max, you'll shoot me, I'll get a free reanimate, and I'll get a second one for free. That's the end goal, is like a double reanimate when I get hit. That's so cool.
So what I'm hearing is I have to fully invoke the rule of double tap from Zombieland.
You absolutely have to make sure I stay down, absolutely. This will allow me to add more to my legions and overwhelm the Custodes. I just have to play the long game, and I'm going to try to play very cagey today. I've said that many times, but this time for sure.
This episode was graciously brought to you by Mini Wargaming and Graven Guild. They have developed a hex-based map system perfect for narrative campaigns, map building, and immersive world building. We use their tiles to build a massive campaign map for this series that will keep track of where all of our enemies are and who controls what territory. Their Kickstarter for Hexton Hills, Imperia Hexica, provides 91 sci-fi tiles designed for both hobby, display, and functional gameplay. Tons of STL content in one pack. Plug and play for your printer. Use the link in the description below and start your own campaign. Turn 1.
Blade Champion and friends, they're gonna advance. Full big 6 right off the bat.
Look at that.
The Blade Guard and his bodyguard advance across the field boldly. The Calidus moves into the mid-board.
So movement is complete. I've got no reinforcements coming in yet. The Crusade missions still follow the turn 2 onwards for reinforcements.
Yep, check so.
The golden bolters of the Custodians fire into the Immortals. The bullets rage in, but fail to cause any lasting damage.
but that is going to end my super exciting turn 1.
And that is specifically because Luminar Xeris, who is out in the open here, has the lone op keyword, and you are not within 12.
I am not within 12 inches. I only killed 1 immortal. He's going to come back, but that's fine. This unit's designed to get into combat and do the work in melee. We'll get there. We'll do the work afterwards. We've got this.
Positioned carefully to receive the alien menace, the Custodians are waiting for their heroic moment. 5 victory points for the Custodes for their battlefield presence. The Necron invaders score 5 victory points as they scuttle forward.
1 immortal comes back, which starts my tally at 1 reanimated wound.
Ooh.
I want to make sure that I create some space and try and take the middle objective, so I'm going to use my Wraiths to kind of gum up the middle of the board.
As the Wraiths move up, the Imperial commanders spend a command point on Taloned Pincer. This allows the Caladius tank to fall back away from the Wraiths, making the charge 11 inches.
Oh, that was a really smart move by moving to move that tank back. Now that's going to make that charge really hard to sink, and I don't have any rerolls, and I'm not going to be getting any command points because I'm not going to be able to make it onto the center objective. I feel like I might have messed up with that, but you know what? That's just part of the game. Well, that's a good play. So that was your 1 command point burnt.
Yep.
So you're down to 0, and now I am not sitting on any objectives, so good play there. I will start the shooting phase off regardless. 4 Wraiths are going to fire into the Dreadnought that has the
Into the
shield.
Custodes, yep.
Yeah, and then the Staff of Light from the Technomancer is going to go into the tank.
Alrighty.
So Staff of Light from the Technomancer is 2 shots hitting on 3s because he's being led by a unit. T11, looking for 6s. Nope. So 4 guys firing their pistols, hitting on 3s. T9, looking for 5s, but 6s are debs.
Oh boy.
Wraith particle beamers fire at the Caladius. Ooh, 4 devastating wounds.
He's down to 6 wounds left.
Then we're going to do a Luminar Xeris next.
Yeah.
I think he's going to put his Eldritch Lance into that target.
4 up invulns.
Oh!
Made 1, failed 1. So down to
Made
3
one.
wounds left.
Next up, I'm going to take my Overlord's units, so the Silent Watch, the Immortals. They advance, however, they do have assault weapons with their Tesla carbines. And I believe everybody is in range. On 2, 6s are Tesla. Oh my goodness gracious.
Good lord.
Look at all those 6s. Now these are Tesla. So this is extra 2, extra 2, extra 2, extra
That's a lot of
2,
dice.
extra 2, extra 2, extra 2, extra 2. 31 hits with 20 shots. Winning on 5 with full rerolls because you're sitting on an objective. And full reroll. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17 at -1 AP because of Luminar Xeris. It feels pretty good when Tesla procs just right and you get that massive Tesla swing. That feels pretty good, not gonna lie.
And they're 1 damage each,
They're
right?
only 1 apiece. So you want to slow roll?
Yeah, we're gonna slow roll this because I got 2 ups on this 1 guy in cover here. There we go.
Only 1 falls after all the cavalcade of lightning. The fell Doomsday Ark Watson draws its targeting computers towards the Custodians. The fell blast kills another.
I might be looking at a bit of a clapback this turn. I hope turn 2 I can weather it a little bit. I need to start racking up some reanimation points, but in order to do that, I gotta get damaged.
Eons of experience between these generals have led to this dance of death. On to round 2.
Now it's time to show him the wrath of the Emperor. We're going to purge these filthy Xenos, we're going to do some damage, and we're going to lay down the hurt.
The Caladius fails as battle shock. Unfortunately, the Imperial soldiers were not able to withstand the aliens' onslaught. Careful custodial positioning has 10 victory points secured for this battle.
Blade Champion and friends, advance!
A desperate advance. A reroll is needed. Unfortunately, still not enough for the plans that this general had decided upon.
They're gonna hide, so that makes it harder for them to be seen.
The Immortals fire up their weapons as the Custodians move into range. Overwatch. The Overlord commands them. No command points required.
Dude, what is it with you and your Tesla? Jesus.
Elon Musk, eat your heart out.
Teslas arc in so many lightning bolts. 10 wounds. Banner Bearer and his brother are wounded.
That's an entire other Custodian guard gone. This is looking bad.
The Aloris make a heroic charge and will take their golden blades to the foe.
Start with the Galadus. He gets D6 shots with his flamer weapon.
Oh no. I make all but one.
And then next up, we're going to go with the Achilles.
Yep.
2d6 for him because he has 2 flamers.
Sounds good. Hup. 5 ups. Pass 1. I go to 2 wounds remaining on one of the
Feel no
wraiths
pain?
in front. Yeah.
Spear. Dread spear.
Hits. Yep.
That's a 6.
Here's a 4 up. Nope.
Ooh.
Damage.
Flat 3.
All right. Let's see if I can save this guy. I need 2 5 ups. I make it.
Oh.
1 wound remain on the wraith in the front.
We're just going to unload everything from the Caladius. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Lastrum bolt cannons first.
Got it.
Nope, he's okay. Accelerator cannon.
Okay.
Michael is just making all his feel no pains, all these saves. Those wraiths just will not die. 3 damage.
Doesn't
Nope,
take
takes
anything.
nothing. All
So
right.
you killed 2 wraiths.
Burn, heretic. All who oppose his will must die.
We're going to take shots at Watson, because why not?
Hit. Hup. Pass it. Fail 1, pass 1. So I take 2 damage. I go from 14 wounds to 12 wounds remaining.
Oh, come on. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We can finish them in melee. That's what we're going to do. We're going to charge. We're going to kill things in melee. We got this.
This is where the heroes are made. The charge phase. Aloris, fail.
That's not good. We are going to try the Achilles, because he's a long charge.
So this over here to here.
The Achilles fails. Galatus makes it in.
Take me into battle.
So, we're going to start attacking.
Let's do it.
We are going to go for the sustained hits, karate,
Okay.
because we want all the hits all the time.
We want it. 4 ups.
Come on.
I make all but 1 movement. I'm so sorry.
Why, Michael? Why?
3 damage. I make 2, so I only take 1 damage. I'm so sorry, movement.
Making me pull teeth.
If it helps, I don't think I'll hurt him. I'm gonna put it on the dude that has the coils. Okay. I'm gonna swing. I've got 3 wraiths with claws and 1 with a whips.
No, he's T9, but in melee, he's also -1 to wound.
Ooh, that's really good. So I'm looking for 6s then. Hitting on 3s. But I'm looking for 6s with your -1 to wound.
Because he said no.
How about 3? 3 at -1.
Yeah, he says no.
And again, looking for 6s. Whip. Oh my
Ooh.
goodness, 4 6s.
What is it with you and the 6s? No AP on this one, though, right?
No AP, no, so 2 ups.
Wraiths scrabble at the Galadius and take it down to 1 wound.
Well, that turn didn't quite go as well as I wanted it to, but I seriously need to start doing some damage here. Otherwise, I'm not going to be completing my imperative or either of my agendas right now. This is not looking good.
The Custodians are in control of the board, but unfortunately have not been able to bring major damage to their foe.
So I'm going to reanimate. So first one will be Watson. Watson's going to try to reanimate. He brings back 3 wounds, which heals him back to full. My wraiths are going to heal. They heal.
1.
You got it. 1. So just the 1 wraith heals back up. I don't gain any extra.
Primary points 5 for holding an objective for a total of 10. Appearing as shadows from the veil, the death marks are now deployed in the deployment zone of the Imperials. With that, the Imperials are surrounded. The aliens are moving in for the kill.
All right, so let's go to the shooting phase.
Dreadnought takes Wraith pistols. 2 devastating wounds and it dies.
Does he go boom, boom? Boom.
Boom!
Even in death, I still serve.
Okay, he did a little bit of damage. It's just 1 mortal wound for the explosion, but hey, he did damage.
All right, well, you know what? Let's go this way first. So the Immortals are going to put all of their shots into your Alaris Terminators.
Okay. Yep. Terminators. Yeah, they're fine.
Nice, there we go. Well done, Moogs. Okay, next, Watson's going to put everything into the Alaris Terminator.
Ha! Invulns, live. Make 2, fail 2.
4 damage a pop. How many wounds they got?
4 damage each, huh? Oh no, Watson's about to pick up both of my Alaris Terminators, and I don't want him to do that. I think I'm gonna command reroll here. I need to keep him alive. Live!
Hey!
He lives! So one of them dies. Whew. Okay, I have 1 Alaris Terminator left. I don't know how effective he's gonna be, but he's still kicking. No. He says no.
Death marks in the back there are going to unload into your...
Try and pop some sisters.
Yeah.
4 ups.
Oh, pop.
Pop 2 of them. So we're gonna pop these 2 over here.
All right, that is that. Let's do some charges.
Woo!
The Wraiths make a move on the Caladius and make a big charge.
Well, he charges the tank, but I'm not really worried. I feel like he's just gonna maybe scratch a little bit of the paint, but it's not gonna do much. 3 ups. You're fine.
Oh, look at you. 3s, 5, 4, something like that. Nothing. And then I
Okay.
get a Technomancer.
Box stick.
Nope.
No.
He continues to miss.
Yep, there it is. He just scratched a little bit of paint. Not much happened, so we're okay. It's not bad.
The tank fights back and does a wound. The Necrons collect points for reanimating. 4 immortal servitude points for Michael.
I have a lot of angry dudes that are rushing towards me, and I'm not sure if I've brought enough stuff to hold them back.
Turn 3, time to see if I can do the damage I need to. I can make some massive damage here and make some good plays. I have a chance at clawing back a victory, but this is gonna be a tough fight to make it happen.
The Guardians pass Battle Shock. Primary points 5 for holding and 5 for holding more. The score is 25 to 10. The Blade Guard champion makes his move and comes towards the enemy. The Overlord commands Overwatch. Oh no, the Tesla could destroy the unit with the Blade Guard champion.
I take a damage.
Oh, you took 1. Oh,
Just
good
the 1.
heavens. So you're still re-rolling wounds. Here we go.
I'm gonna start with the Dreadnought. Incinerate!
The Achilles pours fire into the death marks and 1 survives.
Okay, you left 1 alive. Okay. You know what? That's what the Sisters of Silence are for. The 2 prosecutors are gonna pop a couple shots into that last remaining death mark. Finish him! No, not like that.
Whew.
Never mind, I take that back. Nothing from them either. All right,
Sounds
the
good.
Custodian Guard.
Yep.
Because it's the last guy left and I never got a chance to use him before.
Yep.
I'm just gonna double tap with him.
Fire twice.
Once per battle, yeah. But it's the last guy left, I might as well just do it now.
Checks out. It goes through. 2 damage, so I go back down to 12 wounds.
The Alaris
Yep.
is just going to unload everything into Watson as well.
Got it.
Grenades.
2s, I assume, and 6s re-rolling.
6 is rerolling. Nothing.
Re-roll,
Go for these ones. No, nothing.
Oh, that was worse.
That was worse. 2 shots from the axe.
Custodian Guard double tap. No joy. There is no damage that these aliens cannot absorb.
Caladius grab tank.
Yep.
Everything into the wraiths that he's in combat with.
Either way, I make
Roll.
about 9.
Caladius reloads fast and fires into the Wraiths. 1 goes down to its massive cannons.
Let's charge.
Let's do it.
Blade Guard Champ and Custodian Guard reach Watson. This is huge. They will cut this alien menace from the battlefield.
The Achilles Dreadnought.
Yeah.
Gonna go for the 9-inch into the wraith.
Into the Wraiths. Huh.
Get him!
Nope.
No.
Got 1 command point. Is that where you're spending it? On a 9? I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for the reroll here.
Spends a command point on the reroll.
Because if I can make it, it's extra movement.
Ha!
With the boxcars.
Well done.
Take me into battle.
I'm okay with that command point usage. That was not bad.
I would say that's pretty chill.
You know what? Let's start with the Achilles here.
Achilles shoulder checks the Wraiths, smashing 1 from existence.
We are gonna go with the sustained hits, Kata.
Okay.
The Dakatari stance.
Yeah. Got it. I make all the 3.
D6 plus 1.
All right, so roll first one,
First one is 4 damage.
and he's gone.
Yep.
The other one.
Next guy takes a big 7.
1 wraith left, that's all.
I'm gonna start with the Alaris Custodian first.
Okay.
I believe in you, buddy.
Hup.
No, he drops 2 of them.
Oh.
Rerolling though, because you're a vehicle. 3 damage flat.
Oh, goes through. So I take 3. I go to 9 wounds remaining.
Oh, that was not what I needed.
Devastating wounds weapon from the Blade Guard champion. Here we go. This is the style, the kata that can fell a god. Survives. Only 4 wounds remain.
He still lives.
He's still here, baby.
And then into ongoing.
There is no on. Actually, no, there's.
Yeah, you got your wraith.
Ooh, Caladius took nothing, and Mubin wounded a wraith.
I backed away as much as I can. I can't run away forever. It's just gonna have to be to plant my feet and see what pans out. I've literally relied on the Overlord's ability this entire game. I haven't had a single command point.
Battle shock ripples across the Necron line. Watson fails, the Deathmarks fail, and the Wraiths fail. This is massive. There will be no scoring for the Necrons this turn, and the Imperials have taken control and lead this fight.
Watson is going to heal all 3
Ooh.
wounds back, so he goes to 7 wounds remaining. My Wraiths OU, they're bringing 2, so they're healing the guy back up to full. And the Deathmarks in the back heal big 3. We put 3 dudes back, and I'd like to chain them back the way they were. And that puts me at 13 for res wounds, and that's the first tier done. And I have technically completed my agenda for that.
Illuminator Xeris moves to reclaim his home objective. Immortals swing around the building and are going to take aim. The Deathmarks shuffle on to Mubin's home objective. Battle shocked, the great Doomsday Ark Watson cannot risk falling back.
Let's just go to the shooting phase. Yeah, only the flare array. So flare array going into the
Blade Champion
Blade
friends.
Champion. Yes. Huh.
No, they're okay.
Well done.
They leave.
The Immortals try and strip a wound off the Achilles.
They're on objective.
5s.
That takes 1 damage.
There we go.
He's down to 6 wounds left.
Let's do the 4 death marks going
Into
into
the
the
sisters.
sisters. Yes, please. Hitting on 3s. And winning on 3s.
No dice.
No damage. All right, let's do some charges.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the death marks first. So
All right.
they actually have 2 attacks each on 3s.
No. Sisters are gone.
All right, let's try Illuminor Xeris first. So I'm gonna start off with my impaling legs.
Illuminator Xeris swinging his glaive. A Custodian guard fails his save. Command reroll still fails. It's dead. The guard have fallen, leaving their Blade Guard champion wounded upon the battlefield alone.
All right, then we go to ongoing. Which one would you like?
Actually, to be honest, none of them really matter that much, but I'm gonna go with the Achilles anyways.
Okay, up.
Lance just makes it redundant.
4 ups. Make all but 1. 3
Okay.
damage.
D6 plus 1.
Uh-oh.
6 damage. Would you kindly go down?
No. No. Well, 1 wound left.
He has a wound left.
Ongoing, I'll pick Watson and I'll put him into. Actually, I'll put it into your dude here.
Blade Champion?
No. That is 1 wound, sir. Take it. On
He
the
says no.
chin. On the chin. On
says
the
no.
chin. No.
This is going back to me, so I'm gonna go to the Alaris next.
The Alaris finish the job, and Watson crashes to the ground, dying, burning, but no explosion.
No, you gotta go into the tank with the Wraith.
All right. Into the tank.
Wraith claws scrabble at the Caladius.
Down to 5.
Yeah.
Now it can try and kill the Wraiths.
Final countdown.
No wounds this
Oh,
time.
didn't happen.
And then last, but definitely not least, we've got the Blade Champ.
The Blade Guard champion is facing the general of the Necrons, Illuminator Xeris himself. He swings his sword, able to devastate any in the galaxy, but he's parried. Nothing gets through. He fails to wound the alien monster. The heat of battle has burned away all pretense, all plans, and all decorum. It's a dogfight in the dirt, scrabbling tooth, claw, and blade. Who will win this? It comes down to the heroes and the dead. Mubin leads his Imperials into turn 4. It will be melee combat to see the victor through.
Turn 4, I've got to try and at least complete this imperative. I'm focusing on trying to bring down all of Michael's units to at least under half strength. If I can pull that off, even if they're not dead, I have a chance at least completing my imperative, even if I can't do my agendas.
No battle shock. Primary points 5 for holding a single objective for the Imperials.
So, command phase, we're good. On to the movement phase. We're good.
No moving.
No moving.
You saw that one coming, did you?
Yep.
The Imperials are right where they need to be, in the thick of battle.
Start with the Alaris Custodian,
Yeah.
and he's gonna shoot everything into the Immortals.
Not much in it. No damage to the ancient aliens.
Okay, that did not go the way I was hoping it would. We're gonna move on to our Achilles Dreadnought.
Yeah.
He's just gonna dump everything into the Wraith and the Technomancer in front of him.
Okay, sounds good.
So starting with the 2d6 from the Flamers.
Flamer.
3 saves, AP 1 damage.
4 ups. Make 1.
The Achilles finally kills the Wraiths. That's the end for that unit, and a kill for the Achilles.
I'm gonna fire the Caladius next, and it's going to shoot everything into the Overlord.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Pass it.
Okay.
Luminar's Era. I pass all but one. One guy dies.
Michaelius the Timeless responds with a smile. He is unkillable.
Into the charge phase, because shooting didn't do so hot.
The Alaris charge the Illuminator Xeris. The Terminators slash into Illuminator Xeris, but he tanks all the hits. Unfortunately, they are not able to hurt the bizarre alien.
And then the 5 attacks from the Dread Spear on the Achilles into your poor Technomancer.
The Achilles takes down the Technomancer. He squeals as it dies. The Blade God champion now has his chance for immortality and heroism to kill Illuminator Xeris. He slashes in, but is only able to take him to 8 wounds remaining.
More importantly, you stole that point from me.
I did. I'm making dents. I'm starting to pick up units in his army, but it's still not enough. I need to do more damage, faster damage. This is hurting.
The Imperials have surrounded their prey and are hacking them down one by one. Can the Custodians cleanly drive the alien from the battlefield next turn? Let's see.
My goal is to try and get myself a sweet, sweet command point this turn because I have a funny feeling that he is going to get leveled by those 2 Custodians. If I can save that command point, I got a nasty surprise for Mubin.
Necrons score 5 for holding one objective.
And I am going to heal. So the first one I heal is a Death Mark coming back.
Hide him in the building as
That
well.
puts me to 14. Then I'm going to heal a point on Illuminor Xeris. That puts me to 15. And then I'm going to heal a Singular Immortal, which puts me to 16 for my tally for bringing back the Immortal Horde. And I'm going to move 3 inches forward. And then we move. Now, unfortunately, as much as I would love to do something with Illuminar Xeris, I don't think I can. So I will move my warriors. Would you like to do something about that?
The Immortals move, and Mubin's Dreadnought is overwatching. 1 command point left.
Go big, go big. Cover.
Yep, 3 ups. I make them all.
You're okay.
As the Immortals surviving finish their move, Mubin reacts with Taloned Pincer on the Caladius, and that falls back to put objective control 4 on both of those objectives. No command points left, but what a scintillating move. This is going to secure more victory points for the Imperial side.
We'll start off. Death Marks. Shooty, shooty, bang, bang. Into your Dreadnought.
4s. I felt 1.
Hey, 2 damage.
He's down to 3.
Immortals trying to chew up the Dreadnought, and they do. They get a kill. The Dreadnought falls to the arcing lightning bolts.
Next up,
Alrighty then.
we're going to go to charge phase.
The Necrons make a desperate charge to save their failing leader.
Death Marks, charge the tank.
Ooh, not with a 6.
So don't do it. That's it for the charges, so we will
Alrighty.
go. Overlord's going to start it off because I think he's the only one who can really scratch this thing.
No. Makes it. And then he'll take 2 damage for his troubles.
Devastating wounds, sir.
Down to 9.
Led by a unit, so 6. 1.
He's fine.
The Allurus Terminators have their chance to save their Blade Guard champion. They attack Xeris, the Illuminator. They can kill him right here. 4 wounds remain on Illuminator Xeris. The Illuminator shall try and kill the Blade Guard champion, the true threat. Yeah!
Blade champion.
Little attacks. Drop 2.
No.
Nope, not your strength, your T6, right?
T6, yeah.
Yeah, he whiffed. He whiffed again.
All right.
Unbelievable.
Alexander the Great. He's gonna go for sustain. He's gonna go for devastating wound. 2.
Xeris almost feels no pain. 3 wounds left. The Caladius is down to 9 wounds. It attacks the Immortals and kills 3.
I need to squeeze out every point I can here and just try to get everything I can.
Lubin's turn 5. He scores 5 for holding 1 objective and 5 for holding more, for a grand total of 40 points.
If I can save that command point, I got a nasty surprise.
Nasty surprise.
In the movement phase, the Imperials use another trick. Hunt as 1, a command point to fall back the tank and still shoot and charge.
Now,
Shooting phase?
all the shooting.
Let's do it.
We're gonna split fire here a little bit. Big cannons.
Yep.
Gonna go into the Immortals.
Okay.
The underslung gun's going into your death mark. Sustained underslung gun. Go!
Yep.
3s.
Here we go.
Only 1 at AP 1.
3 up. Fail it. Can you take the guy on the top? Boo! He dies.
And then all the cannon shots into the Immortals. Finish him.
As the storm of fire falls upon the Immortals, 4 die. But the Resurrection Orb brings back 2, and he uses Protocol of the Undying for no command points to bring back 2 more. They reform in front of Imperial eyes.
Caladius is gonna charge.
Into the Immortals.
Both units, actually.
The Caladius charges in.
The tank is just gonna karate, and he's going to sustain hits into the death marks.
Okay. All the attacks into the...
All the attacks into the death marks. He only gets 4.
Okay.
He only hits once.
Okay. And...
He wounds, though.
yes, he does. Can you take one of the guys in the back? Thanks. Ongoing fights. I'm going to pick Illuminor Xeris. He's going to put everything into your Blade Champion. 4s.
Blade Champion says no. No, he takes it.
Yes, so he goes down to 2 wounds, and then big attacks. I drop all of them.
Ooh.
I missed every attack with Illuminor Xeris, but I do bring the Blade Champion to 2 wounds remaining.
And then the Terminator's just gonna swing. Do it. Winning on 3s, re-rolling.
4 up. Fail 3.
Ooh.
Bang.
Down he goes, Michael with the clutch command point to stand him back up with Protocol of the Eternal Revenant.
Striking back.
Yep.
I'm going to take my Immortals from the pile on 2s, 6s.
Take 1 more damage.
Perfect.
Down to
Overlord is going to swing now. He hits on 2s, part of the unit, and 1
Doesn't make it, so
Okay,
just 4 damage.
4 damage total.
Down to 4 wounds left on it.
Okay.
And then Xeris stands back up.
There stands back up at the very end of the phase, and he has half of his wounds remaining.
I don't like this. I don't like this. He needs to stay down.
The fight is fast and furious, but the alien has risen from the dead yet again. How can you defeat an enemy that will not die?
You know what? I think the primary, per se, score is running away quickly. That being said, I can still work hard on trying to score my agendas and making sure that I gain experience wherever I can. Illuminor Xeris is going to heal with reanimation. Yeah, I do that and then I score. So Illuminor Xeris heals 3 wounds. He goes to 7 wounds remaining. I am a little bit regretting my decision to keep Illuminor Xeris back just because as a special character, he actually doesn't gain any experience. And that puts me at 23. The Immortals are going to heal for 2, so that puts me at 24.
And then
The
you got
Death Marks heal for a single one puts me at 25.
Necrons score 5 for hold and 5 for hold more.
Illuminor Xeris is going to try popping Allurus Custodian. He has 3 wounds.
4.
Hitting on 3s, all wounds.
4 up invulns. No, he fails.
We're going to finish this mano y mano.
Xeris charges the Blade Guard champion and slays him with 1 slice of his massive glaive.
Woo! He got him!
Yes! Do we care?
Dead Caladius! And with that, the Custodes are pushed from the field.
I feel that in the desperate attempt to table me, unfortunately you've fallen into the trap of being tabled yourself.
Yeah, we need some reinforcements. A lot of reinforcements. This is not good.
While it may seem like the Necron forces take the day, the Custodes have actually managed to snag victory from defeat. This battle was merely a feint, a distraction. While the Adeptus Custodes left their life on the battlefield, the Sanatorum was able to be evacuated and re-established in Imperium-held land. Many lives now give thanks to the Emperor for the Custodes' sacrifice. Denied their prize, the Necrons retreat back into the shadows, analyzing, learning, and when they are ready, they will strike again. Meanwhile, with the Custode victory, all hopes now rest on the Tau allies. Can they hold off the forces of chaos? The entire flank may collapse if they can't. For winning the game, Mubin earns an extra requisition point and 3 Blackstone fragments for his team. In addition, he has completed his agenda, Pursuit of Excellence, which means one of his units is going to gain extra experience. Michael, despite losing the overall game, did finish both of his agendas. Established Communication gains him an extra 4 Blackstone fragments, and completing Immortal Servitude gives him +2 experience on his Overlord. The players now need to roll for their battle scars and choose their Marked for Greatness. Michael chooses Watson, his Doomsday, for Marked for Greatness, and Mubin selects his Blade Champion. This means his Blade Champion has earned a battle honor and will get to select a cool upgrade or relic. Lastly, every unit that died must roll a die, and on a 1, they receive a scar. Michael lucks out, no scars on the Necrons. Ooh, Mubin receives 3 battle scars. Battle Weary on his Custodian Guard. Future Battle Shock, Leadership, Desperate Escape, or Out of Action tests get 1 subtracted from their total. Mubin also gets Mark of Shame on his Allurus Custodians, as well as the Achilles Dreadnought. Ooh, Mark of Shame is not good. They cannot be marked for greatness, they cannot benefit from aura abilities, and cannot form attached units. That's really hard. Fortunately, the Sanatorum that Mubin just secured allows them to get rid of 1 scar. Use the power well, Mubin. Well, I know, I can't wait to see how the rest of these games will go. My name is Tycho, this has been Crusade, and until the next battle upon the planet of Zydos, play on. Hope you enjoyed our first game of our Pariah Nexus Crusade series. This first game has been publicly released, but the remaining episodes will be released for our YouTube and Patreon membership only. If you're interested in continuing the series, make sure to sign up and see how these armies change and grow. Another special thanks to Mini Wargaming for sponsoring this episode. Check out their sci-fi hex tiles through the description below and start your own map-based campaign today.